my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash all I'm out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to these guppies and purple now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry or why. Oh, I'ma cry or why. Oh, I'ma cry or why. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. December, over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash all I'm out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to these guppies and purple now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry or why. Oh, I'ma cry or why. Oh, I'ma cry or why. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. December, over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash all I'm out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to these guppies and purple now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry or why. Oh, I'ma cry or why. Oh, I'ma cry or why. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. enough I can remember. Good enough I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God enough I can remember. God enough I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God enough I can remember. God enough I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash all I'm out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God enough I can remember. God enough I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God enough I can remember. God enough I can remember. December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God enough I can remember. God enough I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God enough I can remember. God enough I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash all I'm out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God enough I can remember. God enough I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God enough I can remember. God enough I can remember.
Yo, what's good, everybody? We're back with another Music Monday. On this Monday, man, y'all smash that like button, sub up to the channel if you're new, and if you haven't done so already, of course, y'all know my name is Jeremy Jones, and what I normally do is make content about sneakers, occasional trial hauls, and y'all know this is Music Monday, where, of course, we just take a break from the sneaker talk, man, and just talk a little bit what's going on in the music world, man. Y'all know pretty much hip-hop is kind of like one of my, favorite outlets if I'm not pretty much copping sneakers, right? Okay, so as y'all come in and out, smash that like button and sub up. And of course, you guys see that I have slowly been incorporating pretty much listening parties on Fridays, man. So as more albums come out, I'm gonna do my very best to kind of give my first thoughts and listening to them with you guys. So if you guys enjoyed the listening party on Friday, looks like the numbers did well on that one. Let me know, and definitely will continue to do them. But tonight's topic, man, we're gonna be talking an update on YNW Melly's murder retrial update, because reality is it's been a minute since I actually covered the trial on YNW Melly, which we know that it originally was like a mistrial, and so now pretty much he's got to go back to court. They still haven't let him get bail. Obviously, he's cut his hair at this point, so even the picture that I got in the thumbnail could be possibly old, even though his hair is still not short. But I think it just got to the point where maybe he couldn't maintain it or keep it the way he wanted to in jail anymore. You know what I'm saying? Because he's not in prison, so we'll see what's up with that. Let's see. We got Trey Songz also. Looks like he's been accused of allegedly attacking somebody, so we're going to see how that is. This is not the first rodeo for Trey Songz, so we're going to go down that rabbit hole. And then looks like Kanye West has been accused of X trafficking, and I'm saying that for YouTube, and also false imprisonment and more from a former personal assistant. So this seems like just a year of like sue everybody, right? Okay, so like I said, so right now, and then also we're going to be covering Chris Brown pleads not guilty, of course, to his attack. We'll see to what he's been accused from in 2023. So definitely plan on covering that tonight, man. So as y'all coming in out, smash that like button, sub up, and let's see what we got in the building, and then I'm probably just going to dive right in, because I only plan on being at joint for an hour, even though I technically run overtime each and every time. Y'all let me know if audio and visual is okay, and we'll get the party started. So we got Thomas Goldring Jr. It says, salute to you, Jones. Appreciate that, everybody. Appreciate that as y'all coming in and out. Comments really help out throughout the live, too. But I'm pretty sure I'm going to start with this YNW Melly case. Just the backstory, because I've covered on this before where pretty much, you know, we went down that rabbit hole of where he was accused of pretty much knocking out some of his homies or taking them out. And I'm saying that nicely for YouTube. And pretty much he's pled not guilty. They won't let him get bail. If I'm not mistaken, I got to see when YNW Melody, YNW Melly, I said Melody, but yeah, YNW Melly, I got to see what year he actually got like locked up real quick, man, because it's going to bother me. Actually, because he's been like literally been locked up for, I know, gotta be close to 5 years, man, because he's pretty much been locked down for a minute, man. Let me see. Let's see if I gotta look up in here. YNW, let's see, whenever he got locked up. Let's see, locked up. Let me see, locked up date. That's what I had to Google. So he's been locked up since 2019, man. So some rough math, right? 2019. We have, where we at real quick, I'm going to the calculators. So we got 2025 we're in, and he's been locked up since 2019. Yeah, that's 6 years, because he got locked up February 13th, 2019. So yeah, take that with a grain of salt. So this dude came in with like double strand twist, and he's been locked up ever since. He switched up the haircut, everything. I mean, the dude is kind of one of those, like, he's been on trial for a minute, and I will say this, he's sticking to the G code. He hasn't said anything. He hasn't pled guilty. I think they wanted him to just kind of like time out and go from there. So keep him out. He's on trial in Florida to the best of my knowledge. And the rules down there are just slightly different. You know what I mean? So again, I don't know if he's guilty of it. Keep in mind, we got YNW Sack Chaser, I think, too, has been locked up. I don't know if he's been granted bond. They had him on house arrest because apparently he's did it, if I'm not mistaken. So again, this is the first time I've kind of heard something from it in a minute. And I think when he went to trial, it was last year, man. If you think about it, we've had a lot of people on trial. From Diddy to YNW Melly. You know, we got Dirk locked up. We had a lot of rappers, too. Everybody seems like that. I mean, we got Yellow Beezy, got stuff he's been accused of. Yeah, just a lot has happened over the last like few years, man, and it seems like it's all just kind of been targeted with our rappers. Now, I don't know if any of this is true or not true or what have you, but reality is, it's like one of those, you don't know, you know what I'm saying? And again, we wasn't there, and I will do like a rabbit hole down just YNW Melodies, like just to give like a timeline. I'm gonna see if I can find a timeline on this joint. And then we will start with the most latest story real quick. I should have looked this up before time, but the kid was just pretty much, you know, pretty much just going through the motions, and I got to do the research on this joint right here. So I think we can go down the rabbit hole on this a little bit. I think this is our here timeline, career, and murder case. So I want to start with that, like a little bit of a backstory, and then we'll go to the current story and go from there. So pretty much, I did just find this article real quick. This was posted back on July 15th, 2022. So pretty much, let me share my screen here. Give me like 2 seconds, and boom, you guys should be seeing this. This, I think, was his original mugshot. YNW Melly says a timeline of YNW Melly's career and legal troubles from murder on my mind to murder charges. The thing is, that is one of his most biggest hits too. And he's releasing music while he's been locked up in jail too. But the rapper's trial is currently at a standstill as prosecutors seek the death penalty. That's another thing too. YNW Melly is kind of not. I mean, with him, his life's on the line. I hate to say it. I mean, the judge don't have to pretty much give him the death penalty, but obviously that's on the table. So he's facing a death penalty, and they got to take this very seriously. And I'm assuming he's got, his lawyers that he's had, that seems like they did a good job last time, I hate to know how much this is costing, because I know for a fact that's definitely got to be over like 100 at least. This is probably in the millies, If they're not at $1 million, they're pretty close to it. Because a murder case is not cheap. It's point blank period. Says YNW Melly, who rose to fame in Murder on My Mind. This is just a little backstory for the people who don't know, because again, I haven't covered anything on YNW Melly in a minute. He says, has been making headlines as his trial for a double murder charges following the death of two of his best friends, his best friends, and this is Christopher, which is Juvie, is who he goes by, Thomas Jr. and Anthony. This is Sack Williams. So pretty much he come to a halt once again. It says prosecutors in the rapper's case are fighting to overturn the judge ruling which denied Melly's the death penalty. The judge cited that the state of Florida failure to give Melly and his attorney adequate notice beforehand as reasoning against the death penalty, but prosecutors believe the ruling is flawed. So this is kind of just some legal history I want to go down here too, right? Again, the state's direction to seek the death penalty does not evolve if the duty is strictly comply with the notice requirements. The judge wrote on July 6th to permit the state to seek the death penalty when he has not complied with the 45-day notice requirement would run clearly counter to the requirements of his rule and the intent of the Florida Supreme Court. Let me get through the rest of this real quick. Where we at? It says, the stalemate has resulted in the postpone of Melly's trial until the state appeals the court can determine if they can seek the death penalty. It is unclear how long it will take for the appeal to be filed. In the meantime, the judge has scheduled a status conference for July 21st, but the conference may not result in a decision on how to proceed with the death penalty. So pretty much, I'm pretty sure that was on the table, right? I'm pretty sure that's not going away. So just some legal history real quick. Melly's troubles with the law has plagued him since his teenage years. Back when he was a freshman in high school, Melly shot a gun at a group of people near Vero Beach High School, but nobody was injured. He was ultimately charged with 3 accounts of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon and 1 count of discharging a firearm. So safe to say, he's no stranger to letting the people know he liked that. Again, that don't mean he's guilty of killing somebody, right? Okay. He says he was also arrested on 2 other occasions. First, law enforcement got him on possession of marijuana, possession of weapons and ammunition by a convicted felon, and drug paraphernalia charges in Fort Myers, Florida. Right? Fort Myers, Florida on June 30th, 2018. Melly was again arrested just prior to the release of his We Shall Shine mixtape in January 2019 on possession of marijuana charges. So, safe to say, the guy's no stranger to talking to Bob Marley, allegedly. It says, released 2 albums, 2 mixtapes, and an EP. Says, since 2017, Melly has released a total of 4 projects. And pretty much it says Mel kicked off his career with the Collect Call EP in late 2017 before releasing his debut mixtape I Am Young, I Am You during the summer of 2018, which included the breakout hit Murder on My Mind. He also released projects while behind bars in 2019 with the We Shall Sign mixtape on the tour of the year, and his Melly versus Melvin debut studio album at the end. Sophomore follow-up Just a Matter of Slime in 2021. I do remember those. Says the rapper has also featured a string of singles in 2022, including Slums with the 100K track, The Mob, and YNW B Slime, Trippy Red, and YNW Bolton and Brazy by Fredo Bang. So, I mean, to be honest, he's still been getting great features. In fact, he was on one of the songs I like him on. He did with T Grizzly and I can't think of the other dude name, but they did that song. It was pretty dope. Him and they all say free him. You know what I'm saying? So they kind of holding him down. So I mean, again, he still hasn't dropped a lot of music because at the same time, I'm assuming probably majority of his money, and I don't know this, is most likely going to legal battles. And I mean, rumors is his mom got an OnlyFans going on and all that. And I mean, she's doing what she got to do because she believes in her son. So I'm not going to knock anybody for that at the end of the day. It says when YNW Melly heard that Kanye wanted to work with him in 2018, he didn't believe it. After some tracking down on Ye's part, Melly found himself in the studio with West. Yeezy would convince Melly to let him hop on the mixed personalities because he related to the title messaging. Says the platinum certified track would go on to serve as a standout for Melly's We Shall Sign project and peaked at number 42 on the Billboard's 100 in 2019. So here we go right here, double murder case. This is where we kind of, keep in mind we're just doing a track record here. We're just going down the timeline. So y'all bear with the kid, right? Okay. It says Christopher Juvie Thomas and Anthony Sack Williams, because I think it was Sack Chaser, yeah. So YNW Bolton is the one who described the investigators. Okay, cool. Are both murdered in what Melly and YNW Melly Bolton described to investigators as a drive-by shooting after leaving the Florida studio in a Jeep Compass during the early hours of October 26, 2018. Both Thomas and Williams are declared dead upon examination by emergency room doctors at the Milmore Memorial Hospital at approximately 4:35 a.m. after being dropped off by Melly and Portland. So this is my thing. Melly, though, I don't think was in the car whenever they ran to the damn hospital. I don't think so, but don't quote me on that. I thought it was just Portland. YNW Portland had did that joint. It says the Milmore Police Department arrests both YNW Melly, which is Jamal Demons or Demons is what they want to say for the court, right? I'm going to say Demons, but that's Demons to me all day. And Cortland YNW Portland Henry, right? So Cortland Henry, which is AKA YNW Portland, on February 13th on 2019 and hit them with 2 first-degree murder charges for death of Thomas Jr. and Williams. Based on the forensic evidence collected, law enforcement determined that Melly and Portland staged the crime scene to resemble a drive-by shooting and that Melly was the gunman behind both deaths. Melly pleaded not guilty in March 2019. This is my thing, though. I don't think they've recovered the gun. If I'm not mistaken, but I don't think they recovered the gun right here. So pretty much it's kind of like news, I think, that broke out. Let me see if you can like play this joint, if this is an actual video. So yeah, they just got the little thumbnail on this joint, but yeah. Anyway, like I was saying, I think that pretty much they haven't found a weapon, but here's like the people that were killed right here. Here's their mugshots for the people who don't remember this. This is pretty much Demons, aka they're saying YNW Melly shot and killed Williams and Thomas Jr. and Demons and Henry staged the crime scene to resemble a drive-by shooting. This is my thing though. Do they have video proof that they did that to these young men? You know, and I think the people, the families that's, you know, that they left behind are saying that, you know, they seem like they're leaning towards it, but I don't know. Again, we don't have anything where he's actually admitted to anything. It says suspect in the shooting of an off-duty cop. Says a couple weeks after being arrested on double murder charges in 2019, authorities named YNW Melly and Portland as suspect in the 2017 shooting and death of Indian River County Sheriff's Deputy Gary Chambliss. Barrow News sources cite law enforcement's belief that Melly and Portland were in a group of people firing weapons that resulted in a stray bullet killing Chambers, who is off duty at the time. So that's that. I mean, I don't even think they got that on there, but I don't even know if that's even sticking because I thought the double murder was just of these two friends. Says breakout with the murder on my mind. Says the aforementioned Murder on My Mind originally surfaced on SoundCloud in 2017 and eventually received an official release under 300 Entertainment in June 2018 on Melly's YNW tape. Says the censored track continued to pick up steam and skyrocketed once Melly was early indicted on double murder charges in early 2019 as Murder on My Mind would crack the Hot 100's top 15. Says inspired by music greats. Speaking of Billboard, right, it says in the early 2019, Melly credited Chris Brown, Michael Jackson, and Lil Wayne as his inspirations to start making music, which is quite the mix of musical greatness. The rapper claimed that he taught himself to sing by repeatedly listening to both MJ and C Breezy, aka that would be Chris Brown, aka Breezy. Says, what is YNW Melody? YNW Melly, or pretty much YNW, right? So I'm just going to go over this real quick. It says, it's the young N-word world, right? Okay, got you. So young N-word world is what that is. We're just living in it. We were all just young together. This is me and my guys. I just want the muscle at the beginning. He told Billboard in 2019 of forming the YNW crew. He says, I'm making everything happen from the girls to the money. I got all popping. Somebody in the clique, we just high as hell and says something talking about YN N-word world. So pretty much that's where they got it from. They got the Suicide remix with Juice WRLD. Then the COVID-19 behind bar situation, he still couldn't get out. I remember that. Possible death penalty. And then, yeah, so pretty much that's just kind of like the history behind the whole YNW Melly situation. Now, fast forward, let's go to the current article, and then after this, we're going to transition on to Trey Songz history, and then we'll go to Kanye West for an update, and then we will cover Chris Brown. Says YNW Melly murder retrial move forward with previously announced September start date. Says a Florida judge says September 10th will indeed mark the beginning of Melly's new trial. That's my thing. Keep in mind, it was pretty much he got it. I ain't gonna say dismissed. Yeah, it's kind of one of those. It ain't dismissed because it's going on. He got called of a retrial because those guys couldn't really come to an agreement, to the best of my knowledge. You know. It says YNW Melly's murder retrial will indeed be moving forward with its previous announcement start date of September 10th. It says last week, per report from the Sun Sentinel, a Florida judge declined to push back the date amid appeals related to concerns as soon as jury selection will begin September 10th, with oral arguments presently set to start September 16th. Back in July 2023, Melly's initial trial, which found him accused of the 2018 killings of Christopher YNW Juvie and Thomas Jr. and Anthony YNW Sackchaser Williams, ended with the jurors unable to reach a unanimous decision per the letter from the judge read to the court. So yeah, pretty much brought on the mistrial. It says in November of last year, Melly was reported to have taken legal action over alleged cruel treatment while the custody under the Broward Sheriff Office. Also in 2024, Melly received a mention on Kendrick Lamar's Utopia drawing reaction to Melly's himself. So there you go right there, man. So pretty much Melly's still getting recognition, and he's been locked down for quite some time. And a lot of people have been saying free Melly because on a simple fact, it's like, dog, the prosecutors, to the best of my knowledge, keep pushing the shit back. You know, and I could be wrong. My thing is, if you ain't got the evidence on the guy, it's just one of those. I'll use myself for an example. I've been in scenarios where pretty much I know who did something to me sideways before, right? And I just didn't catch them in the act. They kind of did it like kind of one of those like I was like whatever, man. I saw they do some shit. Well, let me rephrase it. I didn't see them do it, and I didn't have any evidence. So pretty much, whenever I had to pretty much try to go get help or whatever, pretty much they were like, yo, if you didn't see them do it, I wouldn't waste my time, because if you don't have any evidence, you can't just say they did it without any proof. And that's the thing with YNW Melly. I feel like, to be honest, the prosecutors lack proof. You know what I mean? They lack proof. And I think Melly and his attorneys know that. You know? Now, that doesn't mean he didn't do it, but I mean, you got to prove it in a court of law. And that's the point of innocent until proven guilty, even though technically the judge has never let this dude get bond, and he's been behind bars for 6 years now. You know what I'm saying? I think they could at least let him try on a house arrest joint. You know what I'm saying? So he could at least eventually do tour at least locally in the area and make some bread and help fight for his case, in my opinion. Again, if you ain't got the hard evidence, why hold him against him just because prosecutors are saying and alleging all such things, right? Says, I'm a household name just from the wrong-ish, Melly told TMZ. Melly's retrial has hit several snags over the past 2 years. In response to the initial pushback in August 2023, Melly was reported to have mouthed something about heading home to his lawyers while in court. The following month, he was denied bond, with the judge noting that prosecutors had accurately shown the presumption of guilt is great in the case. Much earlier into his legal troubles, Melly was hit with a pair of civil suits from the YNW Juvie and YNW Sack Chase's family. My thing is, they ain't worried about them damn civil suits because this is the thing. If he don't beat if he ain't get, you can own. This is my thing. The saying when I was growing up, man, this is probably a country saying, it's like you can't catch blood from a turnip. You know what I'm saying? So basically, what that means, right? If homie's already locked up and he can't already he's paying off his attorney. If he gets found guilty, you know, his bad's gonna slow up even more. Even if you win the civil case, it's like, where you gonna get it from? Okay, cool. What are they gonna say? Well, we'll just take all this up. Well, he don't have anything. Or like, well, we'll lock him up. He's already locked up. You know? And keep this in mind too. And I don't wish this on him, but if he's facing the death penalty and he loses his case, I mean, do you think you're about to get your money civilly? And not saying you want, but I have a feeling now you got to go after the estate. And it's going to prolong the process. But anyway, and I'm not telling nobody what to do, and I hope that's not what he gets. I hope, if he's innocent, send him home. If he's not, then you got to take what comes with the consequences. But we don't know that for sure. But pretty much, that's the YNW Melly update real quick. I wanted to make sure I covered that. I think we got that covered all the way. I'm going to transition onto this Trey Songz story and just give a little bit of back history on that. Then Kanye, then Chris Brown, right? Okay, so pretty much let's go and go to Trey Songz right now. Looks like, and I got images of this stuff, says Trey Songz alleged attack on photographer being investigated by cops. This was reported just on the 14th, which is literally today. So pretty much it says the photographer claims that Songz assaulted him and damaged his cameras. Now, this doesn't mean this is true because you got to have evidence. But just to be fair, let's not act like Trey Songz don't have like the best track record. He's been known for putting his hands on people. In fact, I wanted to go down the rabbit hole just to real quick that him and I want to say Jacquees was, alleged they had a few like interactions, not too long ago. I want to say like last year. So I didn't even cover this before on Music Monday, but I said, you know what, this is the perfect time to probably incorporate this. So Jacquees details Dubai fight with Trey Songz, regrets taking issues to the internet. I mean, because Trey Songz never spoke on it. It says Jacquees opened up about the squabble on the Breakfast Club. So pretty much, I'm pretty sure that's where I heard about it. But I also seen a reporter before that because he had posted on his social medias. Says the self-proclaimed king of R&B, Jacquees, has opened up about his blow for blow with Trey Songz and a fight during their shared time in Dubai. After his first revealing squabble to fans in February and denying rumors he was beat up by the Virginian native in September, the singer took to the Breakfast Club today, December 4th, to share his embarrassment of the publicizing moment. He says, I think the biggest mistake I have made in my entire career was going on the internet and talking about Trey Songz, the new father admitted. He says, adding that he just spoke to the Trigger singer the day before the interview. He went on to explain that they've been friends for years, but Songz, by his account, was tripping the night they engaged in fistcuffs. Interesting. N-words got a hit sometimes, Jacquees explained. We friends, but it was just one of them nights that N-words got tripping. In my opinion, I just regret taking it to the internet. The singer also admitted that he swung first and was shocked by Song's skills as a fighter. I mean, dog, I don't think you should say you be surprised at this because reality is, let's just keep it 100. Trey Songz has been known to, defend himself. I'll word it nicely. You know what I'm saying? These R&B singers and stuff, I feel like people be underestimating them as in like, can they fight? Because let's just keep it 100. Keep in mind, we're going to be talking about Chris Brown tonight. Chris Brown, also a Virginia native, by the way, he had been known, to defend himself. You know what I'm saying? Looks like we got Long Beach Joe Jets in the building. Says salutes and respect to Polo in the chat. What up, Long Beach? What up? What up? What up? A singer said, let's say he was shocked by Song's skills as a fighter and had never been on the receiving end of Buddy's ire before. He then gives a light reenactment of what happened, saying he hit Trey Songz twice, then Trey punched him, and as Jacquees attempted to grab the bottoms up artist, Songz pulled on his dreads before the fight was broken up. Hear him detail the Dubai below. This is my thing. I don't know if this is the full clip or not. Let me see, because I think this will cut to like another joint. Yeah, because it's a whole hour of the interview. I'm not going to watch the whole hour of the interview. If they would have just had a clip of him speaking on it, I probably would have just spoke on it. Where we at real quick, Long Beach says the hands work. I mean, it's my thing, dog. At least they just fought it out and left it there. I'm not condoning violence nor supporting it, but most of these days, as you can see as I covered the YNW Melly joint, people tend to kind of like just, we don't fight no more. We just kind of get straight to business, if you catch my drift. It's good that if this is even true, this is what they said he said, then yeah. Says back in February, the BED artist, which is bed artist, took the social media to call out Songz, claiming the rapper was talking about R, before swinging on him. So I don't know if this will lead to him actually. This is pretty much Trey Songz. That's not that, so I'm not going to talk about that. It says before swinging on him, contradicting his claim of throwing the first punch on the Breakfast Club. He says, I want the world to know this B-I-T-C-H N-word Trey Songz is a B-I-T-C-H period. He begun. This N-word came to the club talking about R, F-U talking about R for, and I'm saying that for YouTube. Then he come outside the club and swung your little brother, you a B-T-I-C-H, Chris Brown the GOAT. See? Chris Brown got to catch a rare, like, stray in this, and he don't probably want to even be mentioning this. And I think this is the video, too. I'm going to definitely play this. Where was it? Long Beach Joe Jess says, yep, they kept it just hands and didn't give us what I respected. I mean, yeah, and like he said, sometimes people got to fight sometimes. Let me see if I can play this video. I think this is on X. This is, I think, Jacquees when he was speaking on the joint.
Look, I ain't even going to cap. I want the world to know this bitch-ass nigga Trey Songz is a bitch. Period. This nigga's a bitch, bro. This nigga came in the club talking about rape. Fuck you talking about rape for a bitch ass nigga? Then you come outside the club and swing on your little brother. You's a bitch. Chris Brown the GOAT. You's a bitch, brother. About a bitch. That ain't even my bitch. You talking about bitches that's with these niggas? The workers? You talking about people that came with these niggas? Hey, man, fuck you, bitch-ass nigga. You a rapist, bitch. And I don't give a fuck if you tell anybody anything about what we text you. Put the message on there, bro. Fuck you, bitch-ass nigga. You can never come around me. Fuck you, nigga.
My thing is this, right? Dog, stop talking over the internet. If you already settled it or whatever y'all are supposed to do, then yeah, you know what I'm saying? That ain't even, yeah, that's not cool, you know what I'm saying? And I think that pretty much summed it up. It says, it just pretty much quotes what he said in the interview. He says, he went on about that, even I'm talking about, yeah, we already kind of covered that already. So, I mean, you can check out a clip. Again, this was him and Jacquees. Now, this was happened, late last year to the best of my knowledge. Now, let's fast forward. Here we are. Chris Brown, my bad. Trey Songz. Police is investigating a alleged brutal attack against the photo G. Says Trey Songz is being accused of pummeling a cameraman who just got out of the hospital with serious injuries. The police are now investigating. So let's keep the party going here. Says Izza Master tells TMZ hip hop he went to the Ivy in Huntington, New York early Sunday morning to shoot video for the owner. Master says he witnessed that Trey arrived with an entourage. Izza says the owner told him to shoot the event as Trey Songz performed and circulated. Izza says that Trey was aware the owner had asked photos to get video, photo G's to get video. So photo G's, I'm assuming, is the cameraman. He says, apparently, things got tense when the dispute erupted between Trey and a few others. Trey then became annoyed at the fans asking him for photos and videos. It says, at the end of the event, the owner asked Izza to get on the last pic of Trey next to the Ivy logo in the front of the building. Izza says he began filming, and then when Trey attacked him, punched him in the side of the head, throwing him against the wall and smashing 2 of his cameras. Again, it sounds like some miscommunication. I'm not saying it didn't happen, but I mean, why wouldn't he just leave, you know? But Izza says the owner then got involved, telling Trey, "That's my guy." Trey responded, said, "I don't give a F," and get into the owner's face with a clenched fist. But another thing is, why didn't he hit him? You know what I'm saying? Apparently, this is some stuff right before the incident went down. It says, Izza filed a police report, and cops tell us they have launched an investigation. We reached out to Trey's rep. So far, no word back, no ish. Says, Messer says he pled the arena and went to his friend's car. Trey fled the scene, and Master called the police to report the results. So I think if there's a video on this joint, I want to make sure I play this joint real quick. Let me see if I can play this without getting any type of like copyright or anything like that. But fair use for this joint. It's kind of running an ad right now, but we'll see if there's anything on here, if they got the actual footage of the video or anything. Yeah, so this looked like actual footage of the video. So I'm going to see if I can play this joint real quick. Bear with the kid. Give me like 2 seconds. Boom. Let me see if I can play this joint. Let's see. Let me start it over just a little bit. Just a little bit.
We'll take a picture here. All right, I'll close the tunnel.
Let me see this. It's so dark, you can't tell who's who, dog. No disrespect.
My God. I don't give a
Oh, wow.
Let him go. What the is wrong with y'all?
I don't give a you see it's dramatic.
Oh, wow. Let's just keep it 100. That looked like pure evidence to me. I'm sorry, I'm sorry. That, yeah, Trey gonna have to spend some bread, bro. If that's gonna be, again, we'll see how it's gonna be, because right now it's just alleged that he, attacked these guys, but some tells me there's about to be a case. You know what I mean? Because that looked like him, and he did hit the, the guy appeared to get, the beats, a case of the beats, and then looks like the other person, he walked up on him fist, just like they described. Again, don't quote me on none of this. I don't know. I'm just going off what the hell it looked like in the video. Wow, right? Wow. I wasn't even ready for that one because I thought it was going to be one of those like black eye videos. You can't tell what, and he's going to just have to spend some bread. I don't know. Trey Songz is being accused of pummeling a cameraman who just got out of the hospital with serious injuries. Police are now investigating. Izza tells TMZ he went to Ivy Huntington on Sunday. We kind of read that part. Yeah, I think we're good. And shoot the video. I think I already read this part. And yeah, here go the photos right here. It says, Izza says the owner told him to shoot the event. We did. Apparently things got tense. We did. Trey Songz and a few others became annoyed. We read that part. Yeah, so I just want to make sure I was getting the video right here. So here's some photos of it right here. It says, at the end of the event, the owner asked Izza to get the last pic. We read that part. This part, Izza says the owner then got involved, telling Trey, "That's my guy." This is a clenched fist right here. So this is the picture. This is kind of like slowed down joint. That kind of sucks. And then that's the police part. We already read that part. So yeah, I just had to play the video. And then I think this is before the incident right here, from what we got from this. Let me see if I play this. Hey, this is Trey Songz music. So he performing, I guess. I thought he was just at the club, but he was performing, so obviously he was getting paid to do like a, appearance, And I know some people that come through and do those little short appearances because they get a big bag on the joint. It says the heavy damage, he says, has disposed of the migraine, ankle pain, and concussion, and was given pills to relieve the pain. So, I mean, pretty much sounds like there's got to be some type of legal action taken here pretty soon. Trey's been in some trouble this year and even dropped a song claiming he was wiping the slate clean. So, yeah, he's lost some legal cases along the way, too, man. Really kind of just down on his luck, per se. You know what I mean? But, yeah, pretty much I think that covers Trey Songz. Let's go ahead and just go to Chris Brown, and then we're going to cover Chris Brown for, like, the last, 5 or 10 minutes or so. So, pretty much, Kanye West. Now, this was reported, to the best of my knowledge. Looks like this article was reported on July 10th. But I'm just now getting to this one because looks like everybody's getting accused of this. And I'm not saying it's not true or not or what have you. But it says Kanye West accused of X trafficking, false imprisonment, and more by former personal assistants. So, again, that's what he's been accused of. Let's go through this real quick. It says the artist formerly known as Kanye West is accused of assault, battery, X trafficking, and more in new filing from Lauren Pescata, who says she worked as Ye's personal assistant and later chief of staff for 2 years. In the Abbott complaint viewed by Complex File July 8th, lawyers for Pescata referred to Ye as the actual abuser and actual harasser, citing what they argued are several examples of alleged behavior and actions. The complaints also points to Ye's own public statements, including an X update in February, which he claimed he hit women before. Wow, why would you put that out in the public, Mr. Ye? But I'm going to keep going. Pescata initially sought against Ye in June of last year, saw the bullies artist accused of wrongful termination and actual harassment, among other things. By October, Pescata had further accused Ye of actual assaults. Again, I don't know if this is a money grab or what have you, but we're going to keep it going. Let's see. The full list claims made against Ye in the second amended complaint accuse actual harassment, assault, battery, actual battery, X trafficking. I'm saying that all for YouTube, like that on purpose. Failure to prevent harassment, discrimination, and retaliation, gender discrimination, stalking, false imprisonment, and looks like a E-Steeple more than what's more here, an initial inflation of emotional distress. According to Pescata, Ye frequently made remarks about helping her get ahead in her corner only to destroy it. So, I mean, again, it sounds like a upset employee that, you know, that got let go and they feel like they were wrongly done. Again, don't quote me on this, but I'm just saying. It says, on one occasion, Ye attempted to, and I'm going to say this like edited purposes for YouTube, tried to mess with her with his fingers, right? I'm going to just say it like that, you know, because I'm not going to use those. The assault alleges. This is all alleged. This whole live is alleged. Everything I'm reading, to the best of my knowledge, is alleged. I don't know. On the other occasion, he orally AR'd her without the consent. Both assaults occurred during the course of Ms. Pescata's employment. The assault alleges that Pescata, whose time at the time Ye stems from the Donda era, ultimately relocating to Florida to escape. Ye, however, the harassment allegedly persisted, including through swatting. Complex has reached out to Rest for Ye for comment. The story may be updated. Last month, and I'm just making sure I cover this whole article real quick before we close out. But it says, last month, says, of the Bloom firm, Lisa Bloom led firm representing Pescata in the suit spoke with Complex Sean Sicario about Ye's social media activity and more, while noting the case itself was still very early stages. I've represented alleged victims against a lot of very high profile people who have a platform and are able to speak very freely and allowing them to want. He said, at the time, I have never in my entire career of representing alleged victims seen defendant tweet out admissions to the case in the middle of litigation and discovery. This is absolutely a new one. So they're saying Ye is already saying, like, I don't give a F. You know what I mean? Again, we don't know. Looks like we got Manny with the kicks in the building. Says, yerp. What up, Manny's? What up, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up? That was pretty much an update on Kanye West. So pretty much look like everybody's getting cases this year, man. And I think Ye probably the guy he says just don't care at this point, man. So let's transition on to Chris Brown to close out here for the last 10 minutes. So Chris Brown has pleaded not guilty to the UK assault charge, which I know I had covered that already. So pretty much it says the alleged assault happened in London nightclub in 2023. I'm pretty sure if Chris Brown knew that he had something pending, I don't know if he would have went over there and did the tour. But then again, Chris Brown is just no Running Man. You know what I mean? No pun intended. Because you know he's got a song called Run It. That was not on purpose. That was just kind of a play on words. Mental Kid says, definitely a money grab. Come on, man. I mean, we shall see, you know, but Ye kind of know what it is. If you think about it, Trey Songz situation, that video showed a lot, you know. So, again, I don't know if you caught that, and I don't think they're going to have it here. But, yeah, I think this is actually the video where he kind of blew up, this Trey Songz. So, it's not looking good for him, you know, from what it looks like. And that looks like him, too. And, I mean, my thing is this. If Trey don't care, he don't care. You know, I can't tell him how to feel. But let's go and go to this Chris Brown joint real quick, and then I'll wrap things up here in the last, 10 minutes. It says, Chris Brown has pleaded not guilty to the additional charges stemming from the alleged attack on the music producer in London nightclub back in 2023. Many with the kick says Trey Dunsky. Didn't he get a major big lawsuit where he had to pay a lot of money or something like that? He lost that joint, and, I think he's trying to appeal that. So, I mean, the dude is just obviously going through a lot. And they say when it rains, it pours, man. So, I don't know. I think I covered that for sure. Trey, let's just be 100, man. I'm not saying he haven't put out any music lately, but his career hasn't been the same since, probably 2008, 2008, 2009, man. And I'll probably leave it there. And he's not a great singer. He is, but I don't know what he's been doing, It seems like, again, he's a Virginia bad boy. We got pretty much Trey Songz from Virginia. Then we got Chris Brown from Virginia, Not even trying to do that. But let's go and finish this up real quick. It says, according to The Guardian, the Run It singer pleaded not guilty to one of the charges of assault causing actual bodily harm and the lesser charge of having an offense weapon in a public place. So again, they saying that's what he had. I don't know if this video got any bad stuff right here. I think this is him not guilty to part. This is him leaving the court. So I'm gonna play this right quick. See if we can just get the audio on this one real quick. Let's see. Play. Chris Jesus loves you, man. He got a big fan base.
Chris!
Jesus loves you. He doing what he gotta do. But he's still showing love to the fans, though.
Jesus loves you, man.
He's still showing love to the fans.
Too much crime in this country. What's the fuck?
Wow. So, I mean, that's already kind of put out there, too. Boom. Let me just continue to go on through this real quick. It says, the brief hearing took place at South Wark Crown Court, situated near the River Thames in London, England. Crown prosecutors allege that Brown and Omdi, not sure if I'm saying that correctly, who was also presented in court and pleaded not guilty to one of the counts, actual body harm attack of the music producer. It says at the Tape nightclub in the Mayfair district of London in February 2023. Approximately 20 fans were waiting outside the courtroom to greet the singer following his plea. Sequentially, according to The Guardian, he took to his Instagram stories to write, "From the cage to the stage, Breezy Bowl." Brown was released on bail at $5 million, approximately $6.7 million, in May 2025, pending the charges. This conditional release allowed him to continue his Breezy Bowl tour, paying several dates throughout Europe. The Look at Me Now singer is scheduled to return to the United States later this month and will kick off the Breezy Bowl tour in Miami, Florida at the time. Says Brown is no stranger to controversy in his concerts. Last month, he had a fan throw out his show in Cardiff, Wales, after he alleged that she threw a drink at him. Again, that's kind of one of those, I hate to say that it's kind of common. Because we've seen it where some people have thrown drinks on artists before when they're performing, and they don't like that. You know what I'm saying? They don't like that. That's kind of not cool. We get it. You here to have a good time, but I wouldn't want nobody to throw their drink on me too. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion, that could be considered a form of assault. And that's why they probably have y'all thrown out of the show. And I'm not saying y'all, but I'm just saying people in general. Says, footage from the concert shows that the bunch of water was thrown in the air with someone eventually striking the singer. Says to prompt Brown to angrily shout out to stage, do not throw any drinks on this MF stage. That's all I gotta say, all right? Because to be honest, that could lead to injuries too. Because if you keep throwing on there in that stage, especially Chris Brown, he's not one of those artists. No disrespect to Trey Songz. Like Trey Songz perform, but he, he's a singer and he walks and he has the performers. Chris Brown has the performers and he dances and sings and do all these fast moves. And to be honest, Chris Brown's, even he could have the best dancers in the world. You've seen some artists that have dancers and the dancers show them up. Chris Brown is still showing and commanding the stage when he performs, dog. Like, that's a different ballgame. And he slips and hurts himself and then can't perform on the level of he would like to perform, So it's a lot of risk that he's probably thinking like, dog, I don't really want to go through that, so we don't got to go through that. You know what I'm saying? So I feel where he's coming from. Maybe there's a professional way he could deliver it, but at the same time, he's got to get his point across, right? So, yeah, that details a lot on there. So, pretty much, man, that's the update on Chris Brown. And then we're coming right up on the hour mark, man, for the last 5 minutes. I'm going to say this about the Trey Songz joint, right? Because if I'm not mistaken, I just want to look up real quick. I think he had, where he had to pay, he lost, a lawsuit where he got to pay something. You know what I'm saying? Let me just double check this real quick. Because it's going to bother me if I don't do the joint. Like, Trey Songz loses, loses. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure, loses lawsuit. There we go. That automatically comes up too, real quick. That's why I thought he had a big bag over his head, and I'm not sure how far it's going. So let me share my screen on it. It says while previously 11.2 million default judgment was dismissed, Trey Songz is still facing ex-auto lawsuit. So he got that dismissed. So that's actually a good thing. So I thought he had an 11 minutes. So yeah, this is actually Las Vegas judge dismisses the lawsuit. I didn't even know this. And this was January of 2025. Let me just do a quick little update on this real quick because I don't think I actually covered this. And this is based out in Las Vegas, though. I didn't know this. Let's see if we can get this joint to come up real quick. Again, this is kind of good. I did this because whenever things go good for people like, Trey Songz, they don't report this stuff. They do, but it's not as publicized. You know what I'm saying? Las Vegas judge dismisses 11.2 million judgment against Trey Songz. It says a Las Vegas judge dismissed the 11.2 million judgment against Tremaine Neverson, which is also known as Trey Songz. Clark County District Judge Jacob Reynolds has given Neverson legal team 30 days to respond to the civil lawsuit filed against him. Neverson claimed he was unaware of the lawsuit filed against him despite the reporter reaching out to the attorney who said he represented the singer more than 1 year and despite the previous news of stories. Neverson did not appear in court. Oh, so he got a default judgment, then he threw it out. So I get it. Because he didn't show up, so he didn't know about it. So I guess the judge bought the story. They don't always buy that, by the way. I just want to throw that out there. You know what I'm saying? You just never know. Because if they really don't know, they don't know. Because I think some artists and other rappers have tried that, and the judge don't really necessarily buy it all the time. So this is kind of good in his case. The 8 News Now investigators first reported on more than 11 million default judgment against Neverson, which is Trey Songz. Las Vegas judge ordered Trey Songz to pay beaten police officer $11 million. Okay, Neverson attorney Sasha Fry told Reynolds that multiple million-dollar judgment would be devastating to Trey Songz. Says the plaintiff, Terrell Dunn, alleged that Trey Songz and his security guards beat him after he tried to rescue his wife, who reportedly being held against her will at the Cosmopolitan on November 28, 2021. Reynolds ordered the 11.2 million default judgment on October 10th, which included nearly $28,000 for medical expenses, $5 million for pain and suffering, $5 million for punitive damages, and $1.2 for prejudgment interest. Says Trey Songz did not know about the lawsuit until November 27, 2024, when he received an Instagram message from fans extending their support after news broke about Dunn's default judgment. Trey Songz motion stated, Trey Songz deserves to have his day in court to defend himself rather than being subjected to a massive default judgment, which was improperly obtained in an underlying case that Trey Songz knew nothing about it until the week before filing the motion. However, reporters emailed attorney Mitch Schutzer October 11, 2023, asking if he represented Trey Songz, and he says, I do. But apparently that don't mean he still knew about it. It says, the reporter responded the following day, I'm reaching out about the lawsuit he's facing Las Vegas about the incident in November 2021, the Cosmopolitan, and additionally followed up later in the day. He said no comment. So that's kind of one of those, if you don't want to answer a question fully, right? And that's kind of, I'm just going to leave it right there. But if you don't really, that's one of your safest answers you can give. And let me put myself back on the main screen. If you're facing like legal trouble and stuff like that, one thing that you can say, right? I have no comment. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of one of the words that we don't really like. If people ask you a whole bunch of questions that you don't feel comfortable asking, tell them you need like rights to legal representation. Now, I know that was his attorney saying I have no comment, but if you think about it, the comment says I have no comment, because the thing is, they're saying it's simple. Whatever you say, can, or do will be used you in a court of, may be used against you in a court of law, so you have the right to remain silent. So to be honest, you don't have to say anything at all, or you can just say I would like an attorney, and or say I have no comment like his attorney did. Right? Point blank, period. But let's go and wrap things up for tonight, man. I got myself back on the main screen. I've been on this joint for like an hour and 1 minute, man. I'm going to go ahead and call it here for the night. Definitely just want to still cover Music Monday for sure. Pretty much we did an update on the YNW Melly murder case that's set to be retrialed again. We covered Trey Songz and his attack alleged that would happen, so we'll see how that goes. We did an update on what Kanye has been accused of, and then also we gave an update on Chris Brown's current case as well. So that pretty much sums up tonight, man. I'm going to go ahead and get up out of this thing and stop rambling. Sign up for that sold out Discord. Link is pinned at the top of the chat, and it's free to sign up. Or, of course, we continue the pretty much music talk, but we also got a food section, sports section. And, of course, you know, we talk majority sneakers over there. So, pretty much, I'm going to want to wrap it up. I'll see you guys again on Wednesday with another Sold Out Live, another Sold Out podcast. Until then, smash that like button, sub up. Yeah, my name is Jeremy Jones, and, yeah, I'm officially out this thing, man. Peace.
December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God enough I can remember. God enough I can remember. My heart is cold December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God enough I can remember. God enough I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash while I'm out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. For the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God enough I can remember. God enough I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God enough I can remember. God enough I can remember. December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God enough I can remember. God enough I can remember. drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash while I'm out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. For the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash while I'm out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. For the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while.